I'm your huckleberry.
What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fish, and class is in session. So there's a bunch of channels out there that say politics don't belong on a knife channel or a X, Y, or Z channel. Well, I don't give a shit. And I also disagree. Politics is important. I think it's really important because they're going to shut every knife channel down given the opportunity. So today, I want to just have a little discussion about politics. But for all you crybabies, here's a knife, the greatest knife of all time, and it's orange. So there you go. There's a knife. That's it for the knife content today.
Hey man, do me a favor and go ahead and hit that like button. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. It sure does help the channel. We sure do appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, man.
I want to talk about the election that happened last night. So today, mainstream media and the Democratic Party is scrambling. They're trying to figure out why. How could the American people elect Donald Trump for a second term in a landslide? How could he win the popular vote? How could this happen? What went wrong with Kamala's campaign? First of all, the first thing that went wrong was their rhetoric about Donald Trump being a threat to democracy, and yet they installed their candidate rather than going through the democratic process. The people did not vote for Kamala to be their candidate. They installed her. That, in and of itself, is a threat to democracy. But I want to explain why Trump. Why do people vote for Trump? And why, in this election, did so many previously Democrat voters, independents, people that voted for Biden and Obama in the past, vote for Donald Trump this time? The Democrat machine still does not get it. They don't have a clue. This election was a referendum on mainstream media, identity politics, bureaucratic stranglehold, and current democratic policies, which Americans have rejected resoundingly. The majority of Americans fall somewhere in the political center, believe it or not, and we have just witnessed a massive realignment politically. Democrat Party has abandoned its base by moving to the far left and allowing a small minority of radicals to control its agenda, and Democrats are fleeing the party en masse. Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, Bobby Kennedy Jr. These are all lifelong Democrats that have left the party and realigned with the Republican Party as a result, and they are just a microcosm of the population at large. For nearly 2 decades now, the Democrats have played identity politics and waged war on everything that Americans hold dear. It has proved to be a zero-sum game. They've waged war on Christianity by painting believers as narrow-minded, bigoted, racist, and yet they believe that absolutely everything arose from absolutely nothing, and they have no explanation for it, and yet they want to paint Christians as narrow-minded. They have waged war on women and womanhood and tried to redefine womanhood as simply a feeling that one has. And by pretending that men can have children and by allowing biological males to compete in women's sports, then they call us misogynist and homophobic when we don't celebrate the achievements of those biological males pretending to be women. They have waged war on men and tried to convince all of us that masculinity by its very nature is toxic and shameful and must be eradicated. This has left young men and boys feeling hopeless, confused, and ashamed. Kamala ran a white dudes for Kamala ad that painted men as caricatures of masculinity and also implied that men are not only weak but also racist if they don't vote for her. They have waged war on the family by introducing laws at schools that allows the school to transition a child from one gender to another without informing the parents. Kamala ran an ad that said,
"You don't have to tell your husband who you voted for. You don't have to tell your wife who you voted for."
This is a slap in the face to the sanctity of marriage, which most people believe in and hold dear, pitting husband against wife. They have waged war on our God-given right to free speech by trying to define as hate speech anything that does not align with them or their beliefs. They've waged war on the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, by trying to define it as a hunting issue when they know damn well it has nothing to do with hunting, but rather has everything to do with keeping them in check and preventing the government from getting too powerful and becoming tyrannical. Every nation that has given up its right to bear arms either lives under an unchecked regime or they're now living under tyranny. They have waged war on meritocracy and hard work by forcing DEI down our throats in the media and in the workplace. They have told white people that they are all privileged and that they are all racist. And if they say they're not racist, that just proves that they're racist and that they should be ashamed of being white when we all know that that is not true. They have waged war on heterosexuality by attacking us if we don't celebrate homosexuality, when the fact of the matter is most Americans don't care if you're homosexual or not. Most Americans don't care what you do in your bedroom. We just think that it should be left in the bedroom, and whatever you do in the bedroom is no cause for celebration, and we shouldn't be told that we have to celebrate what you choose to do in your bedroom. They have weaponized the media and the government and universities to do their bidding, and they continue to lie to our faces about it as if we are all stupid. It's the mainstream media that must be destroyed and defunded, not the police. Nobody believes that. They lied to us about the Russia collusion. They lied to us about the origin of the pandemic. They lied to us about the jabs. They lied to us about the border. They lied to us about the health and cognitive function of Joe Biden. Then they can't understand how polls and polling data can be wrong about Donald Trump on 3 different occasions. It's because if you poll us, we're not telling you because we don't trust you. They roll out celebrity after celebrity after celebrity to endorse their candidate as if that matters to us. The celebrity class is as irrelevant as the mainstream media. They have their multiple houses cleaned for them. They have their lawns manicured for them. They fly around in their private jets. They have chefs. They buy yachts and cars and expensive jewelry and expensive clothes. They travel the world. They can do whatever they want, whenever they want, because they're not like us. Meanwhile, American voters are working 2 jobs, working themselves to death, unable to spend any time with their family, just to be able to decide, should I buy my prescription medication or do I need food? Or should I pay the electric bill? Celebrity endorsements are a turnoff. They do not help you. They hurt you. They are not like us. We do not relate to them. Oh, sure, Elon Musk Joe Rogan, Bobby Kennedy Jr., they're rich too, but they speak our language. They relate to us. They talk to us instead of talking down at us. They send billions and billions of dollars to fight proxy wars around the world, and then they tell American disaster victims, sorry, we're out of money, we've got nothing for you, and then send $700 as if in the current economy $700 does anything. Meanwhile, all their celebrity endorsers could solve world hunger and fix every disaster and help every American family immediately. They continue to say that Trump is dictatorial and divisive, and yet with their own rhetoric and their own policies, they pit men against women, husband against wife, straight against gay, children against parents, race against race, Christian against non-believer. And it's they who use government agencies to exert control over people in a dictatorial fashion. It is a destructive ideology, and Americans have resoundingly rejected all of it. They've tried blaming Russia for Trump. They tried blaming the Electoral College for Trump. Now they're going to double down and they're going to blame you and I. They are going to blame Americans. They already showed their cards when they called all of us garbage. They have nothing else to blame. They're going to blame men and women of all races. Oh, the black women, the white men, the black men, the Latin Americans. But they refused to accept the truth, which is that they are the reason for Trump. Their language, their policies, their far left ideology is the reason for Trump. Majority of Americans are people of morals and integrity. The American spirit is strong. We are not racist or homophobic or xenophobic or any other kind of phobic. We are not Nazis. We are not garbage. We value womanhood. We value masculinity. We value marriage. We value the family. And we damn sure won't let you have our children, unborn or not. We reject your propagandist media. We reject your identity politics. We reject being labeled and put into neat little boxes that fit your agenda. We reject your censorship. We will not give you unlimited power. You cannot have our God-given rights to free speech or bear arms. We understand that our leader needs to be more effective than likable. When the Democratic Party finally chooses to accept all of these things and understand that they are the reason for Trump and stop all their far left nonsense and kick the minority Marxist faction out of their party, then and only then will Americans become less polarized. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment down in the comment section, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish, boys and girls. Class dismissed.